Listen, Aya, your time has come. This season one couple is one you may not remember because they were on and then they were gone. Lewis, 33 from Indiana, meets Aya, 30 from the Philippines. They met on a dating website, as usual, but this age gap is a perfect one, thankfully. Lewis has 2 kids with his ex-wife, Tanya. He adores those kids. That's going to be something you're going to see throughout this whole episode. Now, he has visited Aya in the Philippines. He spent 2 weeks with her, and during that 2 weeks, they decided, yes, let's do the K1 and let's move you over. It's very important to Lewis that she gets along with his kids and that his kids like her. It's also important he and his ex-wife get along great. And at this meeting, this first meeting of him and his ex-wife where he's talking about Aya, she doesn't seem jealous. She more seems just worried for the kids. And I was like, oh, okay. And for one of the first times in 9-day history, these two do not want to leave their kids alone with the stranger moving in. Such a breath of fresh air. Now he flies down to the Philippines to pick her up, and we get to see a little bit of her family and her home life. She wants to live there. It's not like she was like, oh, let's go to America, it's going to be great. It was like she didn't want to leave her family, and she didn't want to leave the Philippines. They get back to the US, and the first thing Aya does is start inspecting the house. She's a neat freak, and she was like, oh my God, you left dishes in the sink. Oh my gosh, this is not clean. This is not up to my standards. And I will say, to me, the house actually looked really good. I've seen some on here that were a little rough, like a bachelor pad, but his house was pretty okay. Soon after she arrives, he takes her to meet his ex-wife, Tanya, and Tanya's husband. Tanya comes off a little gruff. But they love their kids, and she does seem to want the best interest of the kids. So I have a hard time reading her. What pissed me off about this meeting is that Tanya started bringing up birth control, which is none of her damn business. And then starts saying, well, me and Lewis agreed no more kids. Okay, but it's not you and Lewis anymore. It's Aya and Lewis. But Tanya decides, okay, let's let the boys around her. The boys are on their way over. She's really nervous, and Aya hugs them, and Tanya's like, oh, that was a little too much. It was like these little bits of Tanya being jealous, and then these little bits of Tanya just worried about her kids, and it was like so hard to read her. The boys are extremely rowdy. They're constantly wrestling. They're loud, and Aya's a little bit like a deer in headlights. A side note is that this is one of the first couples on 90 Day Fiance where they didn't just drill them about their intimate life. Like there was no real talks about their intimate life throughout this whole season. I was actually impressed and happy. Maybe because they were doing with every other person on the show, like Russ and Pow. They just were like, okay, let's give these couple a break. So they're getting ready for the wedding. It's been a month since she arrived, and they go wedding dress shopping and I'll look at venues and things. And the budget, he keeps cutting the budget and cutting the budget. He just doesn't have the money for it. And she's upset but understanding, and then that makes him upset because he wants her to have her dream wedding, but they just don't have the money for it. Aya's mom is like when she calls her, she's always talking about Aya's weight, which is just mind-blowing to me because if you look at Aya, she's like the perfect weight for her size, in my opinion. I think that she's beautiful and literally perfect. I'm not just saying that. And then her mom is telling her that she's like overweight and she's getting married soon and all this stuff. And I'm like, maybe it's just a cultural thing, but like it was really, really hard to watch. But Lewis is amazing with her. She was like reassuring her, saying how beautiful she is. Like it was heartwarming. Tanya does try to get Aya like comfortable, and Tanya picks her up and they go to the kids' school for a parent meeting, which I thought was really lovely. It's really hard to read again, but she comes off as nice, and then she starts talking about like you need to make sure he takes you out because one of the problems I had with Lewis is that he would just stay home. He's a homebody. And she's like, yes, I stay home all day, and then when he's home, we just stay home again. Like she wants to go and do stuff. And Tanya's like, you need to make him do stuff. Like need to make him do stuff. And Aya really, really liked that and needed that. The wedding day comes. Aya looks stunning, and it was like such like a, I think this was like what, 2016 wedding with the blue eyeshadow and all of that. It was just that time period, perfection. Lewis is running late, which stresses her out, obviously. He gets there late because he was setting up the reception hall because he wanted to save money, so he decided to set it up himself. So he's late, and even like the clergyman that was marrying them, I don't know if he was a priest or not, but he was like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why are you late to your own wedding? It was funny. But it was a really sweet ceremony. They both cried. The boys were adorable. The budget wedding was really, really good. I am impressed. I am impressed. It was beautiful, thoughtful, loved it. I am surprised ex-wife Tanya wasn't there. She seems to be like really ingrained in their lives, but she didn't go to the wedding. And that was it. That was the last time we saw them on 90 Day Fiance. Like I said, they were in and they were out. But as of today, they have two boys together, super cuties. His boys are actually adults, they're like 18 and 22 now. Handsome young men. They seem like they were raised well and loved, and you could see that in the show that they adored those kids. Aya runs a little crafty store. I'm going to put the link and stuff right here, right now. It's called Lola Lilies. She makes custom shirts, bling shirts. I think I want a bling shirt. Like, I saw what she was making. I'm like, I like that. But yes, they're still happily together. They don't post too often, but when they do, it's very loving and very kind towards each other or the kids. I am very, very happy for them. And I think that part of the reason some of these couples really last and really stay off the radar is because they do leave TLC. I think that that's like a really good choice if you want your marriage to last. Get the heck off of TLC. And that's it. They were on season one. We are almost done with season one. I have Russ and Pow coming up soon. That's going to be an insane one. This one was really calm compared to what Russ and Pow are going to bring you.